Congressman and member of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committees, Tom Malinowski. Congressman, welcome.
Great to see you. Thank you. Being
from your district, which is a true swing district, I was surprised that you're supporting the massive tax and spending plan that was $3.5 trillion. It's not clear where the final price tag will end up, but why are you in favor, even if it could potentially endanger your seat next year?
Oh my goodness, you should come back to your hometown of Westfield and see what your former neighbors think about this.
Okay.
Mike, this is an incredibly popular bill in my district. They want the infrastructure, first and foremost, the jobs, the tunnels, the roads, the bridges. And it's really amazing right now that we have a bipartisan infrastructure bill in the House of Representatives, a bipartisan highway bill, and we only have about 10 Republicans willing to vote for that. So it's really on Democrats to agree on all this stuff, to deliver what my constituents want. You talk about taxes. My constituents very much want the middle-class tax cuts in this bill, the child tax cut that virtually every working parent in my district is benefiting from right now. They want their state and local tax deductions back. That's in President Biden's bill. They want the child care. They want the family medical leave. And as far as other taxes, if you go door to door in your hometown of Westfield, I don't think you will find a single person, Republican or Democrat, who thinks that it's cool that Amazon pays zero in taxes. And so a minimum corporate tax rate, overwhelmingly popular among Republicans and Democrats. I know you guys are putting out, it's a huge tax and spending spree, but when you talk about the details, they are extremely supported by middle-of-the-road voters that I represent. We got to get this done.
Well, your fellow New Jersey Democrat, Josh Gottheimer, is not on board with the bigger spending and tax plan.
He is, actually. He strongly supports doing both bills, both the infrastructure bill and the budget reconciliation bill. Look, we're a diverse party. We represent different parts of the country, different constituencies, different priorities. And so obviously we don't all agree on every detail of the spending bill. Some people want a bigger bill. Some, like me, would like to see a smaller bill that's responsibly paid for. But there is overwhelming unity in the party about the need to pass both of these bills and do it in a responsible way.
Is trying to do both of them at the same time potentially jeopardizing the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which I'm sure would benefit a lot of your constituents there in New Jersey?
Absolutely. I want to get the infrastructure bill done yesterday, and I would have been happy to vote for it irrespective of our progress on the other bill. Right now where we are is we need to find at least a consensus on the framework, the broad outlines of that second bill before we can vote on the infrastructure bill. Again, I wish we could have just decoupled them, but I'm confident we're going to get both of these things done, and that once we do, they're going to be extremely beneficial to the country. One of the issues, and again, going back to what folks across party lines believe that we're talking about right now, is prescription drug prices. Overwhelming majority of voters in my district, from Biden supporters to Trump supporters, believe that we should allow Medicare to negotiate with the drug prices to get the price of drugs down, that it's outrageous that Americans pay so much more for prescription drugs than Canadians and Europeans, people in other countries. So we're arguing about that, but it's extremely important to my constituents that we get prescription drug prices down. We're going to try to do that.
I want to play for you a clip from House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy from today, and I'll ask you to respond.
We have to come back in session to vote on the debt ceiling, to increase the amount, but this will not give the Democrats enough money to go for that $5 trillion bill of what they really want to do with reconciliation that will transform America to look like a European big government socialist government.
Congressman, your thoughts?
Kevin McCarthy knows perfectly well the debt ceiling is not about paying for what we're doing in the future. It's just about paying the bills we incurred in the past, including the bills we incurred from the tax bill in 2017, which gave away so much revenue to corporate America and added over 10 years $2 trillion to the debt, which we now have to pay back, whether we liked that bill or not. It's amazing to me that for decades, Republicans and Democrats agreed we have to pay our nation's bills. We can't default. We always voted together on the debt ceiling. And the fact that not a single Republican is willing to do that, even though they acknowledge it's got to be done, is really, it's telling. And it reminds us that right now, we only have one responsible governing party in Washington.
Congressman Tom
Malinowski. This is all on
Malinowski.
us.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Sorry to cut you short.
No worries.
My best to you and your constituents in my hometown.
Thank you. Come back, visit us.
Thank you, sir.